everybody and welcome to Tarot with Jen. So this channel is made for tarot readings, pick a card readings, pick a crystal readings, pendulum readings like we're going to be doing today, and also just any kind of like spiritual content. So if that's your jam, then make sure to subscribe. But today we are basically going to be doing a yes or no pendulum reading. So I've got this little DIY board that I made over here which says yes, no or maybe on it. And then we've also got 4 crystals to pick from down here. And the pendulum we're using today is this beautiful amethyst pendulum, which I absolutely love. And yeah, basically what I want you guys to do is just think of your yes or no question and then pick one of these 4 crystals. If you want to skip through the intro and go straight to here, then I'll have the timestamps in the description, but it goes from left to right. And yeah, go to your timestamp if you want to skip the introduction. But I did just want to do a quick disclaimer for those of you that are interested. I actually got a comment on one of my previous videos, like quite a recent video, which said that it was quite like a negative reading. And to me, I try and make all my readings positive, even if the cards are like unfavourable in your situation, if that makes sense. I never view energies of like as like negative or positive, but in like some of my readings obviously there are some heavier energies, and I will be honest with you guys, I do not sugarcoat my readings, I do not kind of fabricate them or lie. I just don't do that, and that is not how I read, and that's not how you're meant to read tarot. You're meant to read it with what comes out. So yeah, there are some challenges in some people's situations. These are obviously general readings as well, so what's a challenge for you might not be a challenge for someone else. But in general, like, you know, when I'm reading, not all 4 piles are going to be super positive and super abundant and super favourable and exactly what you want to hear, you know. Sometimes we have to have a harsh truth, and sometimes we will be faced with challenges. But just remember that like in spirituality it is kind of said that like all the challenges you face, all of the heartbreak or hardship or any kind of, you know, negative things you go through happen to benefit you, happen to kind of just make you a more positive person and round you into the person you are. You know, if you think about it, if you didn't have hardships, you wouldn't kind of appreciate the good times. So, and also everything happens for your highest good. So if you are faced with, for example, a no in today's reading and you really wanted the answer to be yes, then just know that like that is meant for you, you know. Like, also it's not a set in stone like no if you do get a no today, but also like if it was and the answer ended up being no, like for example if you were like will I ever be in a relationship with this person, and the answer's no, and you know, you don't end up being in a relationship with this person, that is just indicating to me that like there's someone better out there for you, you know. So for me, if I get a no, I think okay, move on to the next thing, it's not the end of the world. Or sometimes if I get a no, I'm like okay, I'll give it a little bit more time and see what happens. And you know, some things just aren't meant to be in life, and sometimes things aren't meant to be and things don't happen for you because there's something better out there, there's something more beneficial out there, there's something that's more in alignment with you out there. So if you do like get a bit annoyed at tarot videos and be like, do you know what, I'm disliking this because I don't like that answer, then I feel like you're kind of reading into tarot wrong, because it's kind of meant to give you a general answer for the current situation and the current time, which is changeable. And also it's meant to give you an answer which you take, you know, kind of you take with a positive mindset, if that makes sense. So like I said, if it is a no, or if you do get an energy that's like unfavourable to what you want, it's like just because you want something doesn't mean it's in your highest good, if that makes sense. Like I know that I've watched loads of love readings before I met my current boyfriend, who is amazing. I watched loads of readings on like, you know, people I was dating or talking to or seeing, and you know, a lot of them it was like, oh no, you won't be with this person, no, this person isn't right for you. And I was like kind of bummed down, like, oh but why, like I really like them, or they have this and this. But in the end I ended up finding someone that had everything and more, you know. So honestly, sometimes when things are no, or some things are like not happening for you, it's because there's something better out there for you. So just keep that in mind instead of just getting annoyed and then being like, oh, this is a negative reading, because I do find it a little bit tricky when that does when people do react like that, because it's like you've got to kind of hear that you might face some challenges, or that things aren't meant for you, to hear that other things are meant for you, if that makes sense. Anyway, with that disclaimer out the way, I'm now going to show you guys the 4 piles. So over here for pile number 1 we've got some amethyst. For pile number 2 we've got some black tourmaline or tourmaline, I never 100% know how to say this. For pile number 3, we have a miscellaneous crystal, because I actually got a bunch of like broken or unwanted crystals kind of sent to me. Well, not sent to me for free, like I bought them, but I didn't know what they were. Like I didn't pick the crystals, they were intuitively picked for me. So yeah, I don't actually know what this is, but it is really, really cool, and it's got a lot of cool colours in it. So yeah, maybe you guys are cool people. Anyway, that is pile number 3. And then pile number 4 is some malachite, which is absolutely stunning. I love all the like lines and patterns on this. So cool. So without further ado, feel free to pick your pile now. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and I will see you at your timestamp. Hello to all my beautiful friends that chose the amethyst. So we are going to get into your yes or no reading now. What I want you guys to do is basically just think of your yes or no question. You can repeat it out loud or just repeat it in your head as this reading is going on, and we will find out if it's a yes or no. I'm actually going to have to stand up to do this properly, otherwise I'm going to be on like a slight angle. So guys, hopefully this is all good for you and you can see really well. So what I want you to do, like I said, is just think of your question, and then we will get the energy for pile number 1. The collective of pile number 1, is this a yes or a no answer? Guys, that's looking like a maybe, which I know can be a little bit annoying in these kind of pendulum readings, because you Google or like you browse yes or no pendulum reading and you're expecting to get this like simple yes or no answer, and then you get a maybe. But this could just mean that this situation needs a little bit more time to unfold so you can get your yes or no answer, or it could be that like the universe is leaving this completely up to you, and it's like, okay, you know, for example, should I take this opportunity? The universe is like, maybe, you know, maybe try it. So they're kind of saying like, you know, it's kind of up to you. Or if you've asked something like, will I ever be with this person? It's kind of like, okay, maybe, like you might be one day, but it's not definite. It's not set in stone, if that makes sense. So yeah, go and, you know, feel free to go and watch another reading if you're interested. I did actually do a yes or no reading with a card, just a single card the other day, which is also really, really quick. So I'll link that down below. I say the other day, it was a few weeks ago, and that's such a British thing to say, but yeah, I'll link it down below if you want to go and check that out. Obviously, I know that's kind of annoying, but it's kind of positive, because it's like, you know, it's kind of up to you. It's kind of a nice answer to get, because it's not a set in stone one. But anyway, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, the current energy of the question you asked is a maybe, so you choose whatever you want to do with that, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye. Hello to everybody that picked pile number 2, or the black tourmaline. This is actually a huge crystal. I have tiny hands, but that is like a really big crystal. Anyway, what I want you guys to do is think of your yes or no question right now, and I'm going to grab the pendulum and stand up just so it's like accurate and I can actually hold it over the little DIY board, and we will get on with your reading. So for pile number 2, is this a yes, no, or maybe answer? Guys, that is looking like a no. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's looking like a no, guys, okay? So whatever you asked about, the current energy is a no, which obviously to some of you might be what you want to hear. If it's like a question like, for example, will this person break up with me? You might not want it to be a yes. For others of you, you might have been wanting a yes, but don't feel disheartened. Like I said in the disclaimer, if you guys didn't watch that, I was basically just saying that this only reads the current energy of the situation. Like right now, you could watch in a few days and be drawn to a completely different crystal and get a completely different answer. It could also, with the no, it could just mean that something isn't meant for you, but often it's just like, you know, at the moment it's not meant for you, or at the moment it's a no, if that makes sense. But it is changeable, so don't feel too disheartened if you did get a no. Just know it can change, or if not, then it's just not meant for you and there's something better out there. Anyway, thank you pile 2 for watching, and I will see you hopefully in my next video. Bye bye. Hello to everybody that picked pile number 3, or this miscellaneous crystal here. I just thought of a message as well, like you guys may be kind of confused about your situation, because I'm very confused about what this crystal means, so that might have some resonance with you guys. So if you've been confused about your situation, that's just clarity there. Anyway, think about your yes or no situation, your question, and I am going to get this pendulum and stand up and just put it over the little DIY board I made, and we will get your answer. Also guys, I don't know why, I'm feeling drawn to tell you about my bedding. So this bedding is like the softest thing ever. If you guys always like suffer with having like a cold house in the winter, or you live somewhere that's really kind of like cold or low in climate, then I definitely recommend getting this bedding. It's called teddy bear bedding. They do it a lot of different places now. I actually got it at a supermarket. If you are from the UK, then Tesco and Asda do these. This one's actually from Asda, but if you're not, I still completely recommend getting one. I'm sure they have them on Amazon and other kind of platforms where you can get them. But they are honestly the comfiest things like ever. Like, it's so cozy and warm, and it also makes a really good background for my video. Anyway, we're now going to get into your reading. I'm sorry if I'm going off on a tangent. Maybe that's another thing you guys have been doing with this situation. Like, maybe you've been going off on a tangent. Maybe you've been overthinking it. Maybe you've been very confused because you've been overthinking it. Who knows? Anyway, we're going to get an answer now for pile number 3. The collective of pile number 3. Is this a yes or a no answer? We're swinging a lot, guys. That is swinging intensely. Guys, that is looking more like a yes at the moment. It's not 100% swinging yet. There we go, guys. It's a yes. That is definitely a yes. That is looking like a yes, guys. Okay, awesome. Okay, so whatever your question was, this is looking like a yes. Obviously, this could be something that you really wanted. I feel like everyone just assumes that in these readings, people want a yes. But like I said in the last pile, you might be asking about something like, will this relationship end? And then, you know, if you get a yes, you might be a little bit disheartened about that. But overall, I feel like most people want a yes. So yeah, whatever you're asking about, yes, this is in alignment with you. Yes, this is probably going to happen. Or yes, you should do this. So yeah, thank you so much for watching pile number 3, and I will hopefully see you in another video. Make sure to claim it down below as well if this resonates. Bye bye. Hello to all my pile number 4s or anyone that chose the malachite crystal here. We are going to be getting a yes or no reading for you guys. I'm feeling a really light energy for this group, and a really like optimistic energy, so maybe whatever you're asking about, you're feeling pretty positive about. Anyway, let's pick up the pendulum. Sorry if you saw my face then, by the way. It's like I've got to stand up because otherwise I'm going to be on like a weird angle for this and it probably won't be accurate, so I've got to stand directly over it. Right, guys. So for pile number 4, is this a yes or no? For pile number 4, the collective of pile number 4, is this a yes or a no? And just keep thinking of your question, guys, over in your head. Guys, this is looking like a yes. Yep, this is a yes. Makes sense because I did feel super positive in this pile. And I've also just noticed that you guys chose the malachite, which is actually a green crystal. So maybe subconsciously it's like your subconscious or your intuition knew this was a yes. So yeah, like I said, this is a yes for you guys. So whatever you asked about, it's looking quite favourable, or it's looking like it's probably going to happen. If you're asking like, you know, will this person ask me out? It seems like a yes. Will I get this job? It seems like a yes. If you're asking, obviously you could be asking, like I said in the last few piles, you could be asking something like, you know, will this relationship end or will I lose my job? And the answer is yes. So obviously it's not favourable for everyone and not everyone wants a yes, but I think the majority of the time people do want yeses, and because questions, we tend to word questions like as humans in a way that we kind of like, we phrase it kind of positively, so we want it to be a yes, if that makes sense. So yeah, anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and that is actually the end of all 4 piles. So thank you for watching. If you watched one of these, 2 of these, or literally any of these, maybe you had 4 questions and were drawn to all 4 crystals, because I tend to do that sometimes. I might be like, oh, I'll ask like 10 questions and then I pick different crystals for them. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys, like I said, so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, make sure to let me know in the comments how this resonated if you claim it, and make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Also comment any suggestions in the description and I will definitely do them. So yeah, this was Tarot with Jen, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.